There we go. Now it's recording. So, guys, you're probably all wondering why the LLC and why am I making this mandatory? And there's a lot of things that we're going to be rolling out that are all new. This is basically for you guys. The reason why we're rolling it out is I want you guys to basically take on, these are your own businesses, and I feel like the majority of you guys are not handling your business like a business. You guys are too into it. You guys have a lot of things that are focusing. You know, some are full-time moms, full-time dads. You guys have other businesses going on. Some of you guys are part-time. Some of you guys are full-time. But nonetheless, I want you guys to start thinking like you guys are CEOs. And the number one thing that I've been compiling here is, you know, as far as building you guys up, building your business, you guys had the opportunity to come in at kind of a earlier state than most agents will be able to come in from here on out. I had 3 agents that attempted to come in last month, and none of those 3 I qualified to be a homebuyer agent. I just didn't feel like they were going to be the right fit for us. I felt like they were not CEOs. I felt like they were going to be too much work for all of us to have, and to be honest with you, they just did not have the right attitude. So, you know, you guys that are with us, you know, I feel like, you know, everyone here that is with the company is definitely have the right attitude, have the right vision, and that you guys will be kind of coming along with us as far as during this journey. And that's what I would call it. So you guys are really on the ground floor. You have been for a while, and now we're there's a lot of holes that we have as a company that we need to shore up. And a lot of those are procedures, what our expectations are, whether you want to be just a homebuyer agent or a homebuyer elite. You know, you guys want to be part of a team. Those all have expectations, and I have not been very clear up until this point. And in the next couple weeks, you guys might be like, "Holy crap, what's going on? What's Chris doing? Is he out of his mind?" And the answer is yes. It's just I'm going to be taking this back. I have the help of some pretty intense people that have come into my life. They're really cool. They're great business advisors. It's not cheap, but these are all resources that I'm going to be able to have and be able to push forward as far as having, you know, the best that's out there. So that's a little bit about why we're making a change to go forward here. It's going to be a big leap of faith, and I need you guys all on board. And anytime you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me or Gino. And we have a lot of different things going on. We have some brokers in training. I've talked to those brokers already. We have 3 different brokers in training. Right now we have Kim that will be starting. We have Gino, and we have Rich Davis. Those are the 3 brokers in training as we speak, and those are all, you know, we want to make our agents stronger, and we want to make them more accessible. We want to grow this name nationally, and the only way we're going to do it is by keeping strong and making the company profitable. So going forward is for me to become more of a leader to you guys than a manager, and I feel like I've kind of let you guys down as far as a leadership standpoint. So that's exactly, I know how to run Fortune 500 companies. I've been big parts of Fortune 500 companies, so now it's homebuyer is going to take on a shape of a Fortune 500 company. Like there's going to be people in place for everything between you know, the broker on file, marketing division, branding division, things like this, you know, to make all you guys shine. I mean, that's the whole thing is you guys see, I always want the best for you guys. New agents that are coming in are all going to have a LLC name requirement, and the seat for them to come on board is $2,500. That's pretty cheap. I'm not going to negotiate on that. So any new agents that come on, they will have to lay $2,500 across the table before they even become part of HomeWire. It's just, it takes that much to get them acquainted. Any newer agents that are coming in will have to go under the mentoring, and it'll be 50% for the first 10 transactions, and that will be a non-negotiable. And we're working on those too, as well, as far as these are for all new agents coming on board. So,
everybody, can everybody mute their thing except for Chris, please?
Good idea.
How do I do that?
Yeah, I think you can. There you go. You did it. All right. I think everybody has theirs on mute. Kim, do you got yours on mute? Or there you go. Perfect. Awesome. Awesome, guys. Thank you. And if you guys have questions, just raise your hand. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen here. I hope you guys, we can do a little quick Q&A after this. This is only going to take about 15 minutes. I know all you guys have a lot of things going on today, so I just want to make it quick, simple, and then we can do some questions after this, even if it's not LLC related. So let me go into this, and if you guys have questions along the way, just feel free to chime in. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen right now. Okay. There we go. Okay. So as you guys can see here is there's two websites, and I'm sending these links to you guys all. They're going to be sent to you very shortly. There is, let me grab this link here. Here we go. We got this. This is how you basically, through the state of Wisconsin, you set up your LLC. And again, I'm sending this link to you guys so you don't have to write it down. It's pretty self-explanatory. You have the Wisconsin liability directions here. It kind of goes in what you need as far as you need a name. Okay. You need a registered agent. That could be you, and it should be somebody else, whether, it should be, you could do husband and wife, or you can do another partner. But you need somebody else to be, basically you could be the registered agent, but at the same time, and you could be a manager, but at the same time with the LLC, technically you should have two people on an LLC at any given time. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean they're 100% owner. Doesn't even mean that they are part owner. All it means is that they are another entity for somebody to get a hold of through the state of Wisconsin if need be.
Chris.
Yeah.
You can hear me, okay. Now, that does it apply to the same business, or can you have like two different businesses on the same LLC?
You can have different names for businesses. You mean like DBAs?
Oh, no, what you just said is you said you want two people's names on the LLC, correct?
Correct, yes.
So, like, for example, Gina's got the physical, the personal training crap, and I have the, not crap, but stuff. And could it all be on one general LLC? Yeah,
if you wanted to, for sure. Like, if you just wanted to, like, have a, like, if it want to be, Alan and, Gina, health, or whatever you guys wanted to do, whatever you guys wanted, it can be that. It doesn't really matter, just as long as, the name doesn't have to necessarily be out there, meaning this is just for you guys. You're not necessarily branding in that name. Like, if you wanted, like, separate bank accounts named under something, it would still have to funnel through the LLC, but it could be a different name.
Okay, so as long as you have, like, Alan Metz or Metz LLC somewhere written on, like, the commission check, something of that nature, everything.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
All right.
And you can have different names, like Missy for instance, Missy has Team Blitz LLC, and then she has another name under that LLC as well. So she has two names under, it's DBA. Okay. But at the end of the day, it's Team Bliss, but it doesn't say Team Bliss LLC. It just says Team Bliss. So then she has her checks cut to Team Bliss LLC, even though it doesn't say that on the sign.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's a great question. So you have your organizers here, which is your managers, your organizers, and your registered agent. Those all can be the same people. So you have your registered agent, which is the person who's actually registering the LLC. Then you have your organizer, which could be the same person, and your drafter could be the same people. This is if you had like another attorney or something else, that some of these might be all different, but they're most likely going to be you guys. You know, to save you guys a crap load of money, you guys can definitely do this yourself. You know, from a legality standpoint, like if you have questions about your LLC or accounting, that would be up to your accountant to answer those questions. But, you know, you're going to definitely get a lot more deductions within your LLC than you would personally. And that's, you know, one of the main reasons why we want to get you set up as well, so that you guys have as many deductions as possible. Things you might want to put under there is your cell phones, stuff like that, paper. Anytime you go to, you'll want to get a separate account. You're going to need to get a separate account under your LLC. So you want a different debit card or a credit card. That way everything's going through there, whether you're buying paper, you're buying, you know, whatever you're buying. If you're going to put your vehicles under there, then you want to, you know, you'll either write off mileage or you'll write off the actual cost of your car, depending on what your payments are and what you have arranged, you know. So is that kind of self-explanatory as far as the first 5 things here, and actually first 7 here, where you have like your contacts. Basically, those are all the same as far as what your contacts, your signatures, your drafter, your organizers, management. They're all the same people on here. So, yeah. That's pretty much. So you have the website here, and then you basically go into your start filing. You could go into this right here where it says check the name and ability guide, name availability. So if you wanted to check it to see if something was available, you would click on that button, and it would guide you through. Hold on a second. Where'd the button go? It'll name and availability and reservation right here where it says names. Right here. All right. It used to go right to it as of the other day. Okay, let's see. That should have just went right there, you guys. Oh, here, search the corporate registration information. I pressed the wrong button. So you can actually put in like a name in here. For instance, if you put in HomeWire, you know, obviously it would come up. Whoops, might help if I spell it right. Everything that had HomeWire on it, HomeWire Wireless, HomeWire Productions, HomeWire Fox Cities, all these. And then, yeah, so that's right there. So we're actually Inc. We're not an LLC anymore. That's why we did a dissolve there. These other ones we don't have anymore. But yeah, this kind of, you know, as far as those are just showing you. So it's a way for you to come in here and search for whatever names you want. So we're going to go back to, puts you back into, here we go, right into here. So we're just going to make up a name right now. I'm going to go, here, we'll use, there's, okay, so see, it won't let you put anything without an actual LLC at the end of it, and it's actually telling you that. There's 3 different ways you could do LLC. You could do LLC, L.L.LDC, or you could do LL.C. There's just like 3 different types that you can do. So if you go in there, I put in, that's real estate, and then I'm just putting in names. You guys are more than welcome to use the office. We need to also get everybody's mailboxes updated. We'll be doing that in the next week or two to make sure everybody has everything there. Right now it's a hot mess over there. I know that. We need to work on that. So I'm just putting myself as a registered agent here. And you can choose members or managers. For now, I mean, I would suggest you guys use they're basically very similar. If you were doing a big corporation or different LLC, a accountant's going to tell you to do one or the other. I usually just do manager because I'm one of the owners there. And you can put in your information here again under organization name. And you should add one more on here. As far as the organizer, it should be go save organizer. And then now you have two. So it really starts just walking you through here. Your drafter is going to be the same as you're drafting it. Everything's executed in the state of Wisconsin, so you're going to not check that. You're going to be okay. Organizer signature, you could just do one. So it's a lot of retyping your guys' information here. They just want to make sure that they get a hold of you the way that they need to get a hold of you. It's crazy how easy it actually is. Here's a little tip. This says right here, $25 for expedited service. Do not click on that. You don't need to spend the extra $25. You'll get it very, very fast. So you don't need to do that. So you could double check here. And you would go to drafter, contact person. You would double check your work here. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to go to the next. And here's where it would ask for payment. Once you pay for it, it'll literally come in about 15 to 20 minutes. It'll say filed. First of all, it'll say application submitted on your email. And then about 15 minutes later, it'll come back and actually say filed. So that means it electronically got filed with the state of Wisconsin and you're legitimately an LLC. Were there any questions on this particular part of it?
Will this then further submit like an EIN number through the state?
That's a great question, Kim. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do the EIN number right now too as well.
Okay, and then I have one more question.
Yeah.
Should we get, because of registering as our own individual LLC, are we going to be required to also get business insurance?
You are not. No.
Okay.
No, because the way I'm going to do it is once you guys have all your LLCs, I'm going to be combining that with our binding insurance. But if you prefer, if you feel like the liability's out there, I always tell people they're not ever overinsured, so that's, I mean, once you get going and if you want something, that's what's going to really protect you. But no, you're not required to have business or, I'm still holding true to that. Just as long as we can stay out of lawsuits and stuff like that, we'll be good. I'm still willing to, our E&O is still pretty reasonable at this point, thank God. We had a huge increase last year because of an incident that happened out in Marinette. But since then, things have calmed down a little bit. So it didn't go down, but for the number of agents that I had, I feel like we're still paying an okay price, per agent. So So no, that's a great question. You do not have to have business insurance. As far as what we require. Now, whether or not your accountant or your attorney tells you to, that would be a different thing, so there's certain things that you might want to do. Some people have one LLC holding company that is insured, and then they have 3 or 4 LLCs underneath that holding company, and they have management agreements, so that way they can have one policy. But that kind of gets into complexities, and I'm not trying to give you guys, any headaches right now, So, great questions. Come on, Mike. You gotta have Okay, you have to have some questions.
Y'all gonna do a Duns and Bradstreet number?
No.
Okay.
No, but that's always available. Once you do the EIN number, you can always register it. It's not a bad idea, because keep in mind, Mike K brings up a good point, is your LLC credit is totally separate than your personal credit. So if some of you guys are struggling through some personal credit issues right now, your LLC, if you go with a B&D number like that, or like some kind of credit authority, then you start building credit up for your own LLC. And there's times that your LLC can have better credit than you guys will have. And that's good.
And it doesn't report to your personal credit.
Yeah.
It doesn't screw up your personal credit score if you're overextended, for example, in your business.
Right, exactly. Like I have some credit cards in an LLC that does not affect my credit at all. Personal credit, thank God. Like sometimes I'm peeking out there on some of these properties. So, good question.
Bank account. One more question for bank account address. Can we use the office as well?
Yes, you can.
Okay,
If you
awesome.
just as long as you feel comfortable, I would still definitely encourage you to get the statements and everything emailed to you.
Okay.
So you could do both. Yeah. You could do paperless, or if you want, some people like paper and paperless, like to do both, you can do both.
Okay.
So.
Nice. I didn't know it was that easy. Wow.
Yeah. So definitely. So, yeah, it is cool that way. So you could definitely, and in fact, that actually protects you guys from a security standpoint. Like if you guys start marketing with your LLC and you really don't want people knowing where you live, it's a great protection to have all your mail going to the office. It's not a bad idea. So.
Sweet.
Definitely.
Thanks.
Cool. Sounds good. So,
I was going to look this up, but since you're here, what's the difference between an INC and an LLC, incorporated versus limited liability?
That's really like an accountant that would have to like address that with you. I mean, one has a different protection than the other. You could do C corps, S corps, and an LLC. They all have different functionings. And the best way is to talk to an accountant which one you would want. For normal real estate, day in, day out, LLC is usually a good choice to do. Just from it's simple. You can easily do your taxes on it. You don't have to have a separate, usually you do a separate filing, but you don't necessarily have to buy a huge, filing software every year, where if you have a incorporation, you have to buy a little bit, you have to spend a little bit more money every year on accounting. So, but there are better things, like for instance, if you want to run a payroll through your business, some people prefer to have an S corp, like Missy cuts herself a salary out of Team Bliss every other week. So she cuts herself a salary instead of taking her commissions out. And she was told by doing that she was supposed to get an S corp. So that's what she did. It was an advisory. I don't quite understand why. That's just what her accountant told her to do. So I said, let's set it up as S corp. That's fine. There's so many different different ways. The good thing is in the state of Wisconsin, if you set an LLC up, you can easily transfer your EIN number and your name. You could turn an LLC into S corp immediately if you wanted to. So if you find out halfway through the year your accountant says, "Hey, you need to do an S corp," you could switch between the two. So yeah. So definitely. So okay. I'll go into the EIN number. Again, these links will be all in your email. And let's go. Okay, gotta love this. The IRS right here. This is the IRS account. This. It should always be .gov, you guys. It should never be anything else other than .gov. So make sure you guys are always on there. And you have to do it during the hours of operation. And the reason why is it will not accept your application if it's after hours. There's some glitch in there. Well, I'm sure it's not a glitch. I'm sure they do it purposely. That if you don't do it between 7 a.m. and 10 p.m. Eastern time, it will not take. Even though it's accessible online. So I'm going to just press apply online. Yes, it's okay. Basically, it walks you through, what is, the restrictions, what are you doing? You want to begin the application. Here's your choices to do sole proprietor. We're doing either a corporation or LLC. This is if somebody wanted to set up an estate or a trust account, this is where it would all be done. But for right now, we're going to do, LLC. If you guys want to consult your accountant and ask if you should do an S corp or an LLC, definitely do that. Just because I said it had to be set up as a LLC is I just want some kind of structure, whether it's S corp or LLC. A C corp is probably something a little bit too big for everybody to set up. It's a different whole tax beast than than anybody I believe is going to be looking at on here. So so we'll go into LLC. We're going to go in here, what it is. This is what you do, what it is not. It just says this is not the articles of a corporation. You guys just set up the LLC, so you're like, okay, I know that. So your article of incorporations come to you via email once you file through the state of Wisconsin. They'll automatically get emailed to you. So that you can bring to the bank. Here it asks how many members are in your LLC. You want to put 2. And you're doing it in Wisconsin. You can say yes here, husband or wife, or no. If you have somebody else on the books, you're okay. But here, yes, we want to be a multiple member LLC. And it just keeps asking you, some questions. Yeah, we started a new business. It's an existing business. Just even though you started the business name. Oh, excuse me. Hold on. It asks here. The other one is who owns it. Please choose who's the responsible party. It's an individual, unless here's where somebody wanted to register a couple DBAs underneath each other. You can actually register it. You can have your holding company, and then you can have the holding company hold this business if you wanted to. So you could create a pyramid if you wanted to. But for right now, we're just going to, for sake of simplicity, we're going to do individually, like you individually own it. And here's where it says, what's your social security number. I'm one of the owners. You jotted that down? Good.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. It won't let me go any further because it's not a legitimate, but you just keep continuing it through. There is absolutely no cost to do an EIN number, you guys. It will go into address details in your EIN confirmation. You'll actually get it at the end after you press submit. So it's pretty self-explanatory as you go through. So within, as you guys can see, within within 20 to 30 minutes, you guys can literally have your LLC set up. It's pretty simple, walks you right through. So what do you guys got for me?
That's awesome. I was almost going to ask, why don't we put our EIN number instead of our social in there? But then I was like, oh, wait, never mind.
Right. Yeah.
This is pretty straightforward. This is great.
And it saves you guys a shitload of money. That's the whole point of it, is I'm trying to be as frugal with you guys. Not that you shouldn't have an attorney, not that you shouldn't have an accountant. It just helps a little bit of this process. This is the easy part to do,
I have a question. How does this affect how we would advertise ourselves or market ourselves? And do we have to do under our LLC now, or?
No, you can totally still advertise the way you're doing it.
Okay.
Yeah. And then what you're going to do is basically anytime you're doing anything, you're just letting people know that, your DBA under this LLC from a liability standpoint, it gives you a little bit of protection. But basically it's more of a tax, tax thing, so that when we cut you a check, it'll literally go to your LLC. That's the only difference. And then if people, if you start getting insurance, like Kim asked, if you do get insurance, some people, might want to start using that name, it's just like Missy uses Team Bliss, which is Team Bliss is entity of Team Bliss Inc. So we make it known that way. Just like HomeWire is HomeWire Inc. So from a liability standpoint, this is just kind of layering yourselves, helping you guys out. But no, great question, Nate. No, you do not have to advertise under your LLC.
Yeah, I was just reading something that it just makes you look more professional. So but then I've never seen one.
Yeah, no, it does. I mean, I definitely would encourage you guys to eventually all have your own branding and your own name. I would love to see all your guys's, all you guys having a team out there, kind of like what Missy did, kind of like what, some other agents have done. It's just it really sets your guys' self, as an alliance. Just think of us as an affiliate with you guys, like a team. And if you build your own team, that's great. Like May, your hubby's going to be a realtor. Once I sign him up, I got to do that, by the way. He's going to be a realtor. And once you guys form a team, I would definitely encourage you to put that out there,
Okay.
And I didn't forget about that, May. I have to do
it's fine. How springtime is for contracting, so.
I know. So, what else you guys got? It's quiet. Gino, you got anything? Trying to figure out the mute button.
Yeah, you said it right. I was figuring out the mute button. No, I think you covered it. I do like the idea of, we're just saying to Rich right now too. I think, having it on part of your branding, I'm going to do more of that. That is a very good point. I think it does look professional. I think it should be in the advertising. I do agree with that. I like that. And this seems pretty straightforward. And I like it. I agree with everything you said.
Yeah.
Yep.
It just wants you guys to start thinking of yourselves as CEOs of your own company, because you are basically, just like you guys are CEO of your family, and I think, or I know that I would love to see, more of that thought process going on with you guys, as far as knowing that you're running a CEO and that your family relies on you guys to win, even though when we don't feel like it, or we're having a bad day, or whatever it is our family's counting on us. It's like the Wolf of Wall Street, where they say you can have problems, but it's a lot easier fighting those problems if you have money. That's so true.
I think the quote is, it's easier to show up and face your problems in a stretch limo.
Yes. Or Maybach, Ferrari, Lamborghini, or just nice cars,
Good quote.
But this will, like you said, though, this will get you in the mindset, though, too. Like you said, running it like a business, not a hobby. Everyone's got to really treat it as such, as an actual business, just like you're opening up a storefront every day.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Take every day seriously,
That's exactly
the main thing. I mean, that's what's going to make you guys successful. Like every day, I have 6 businesses that I'm running. Every day I have to check into all of them, and I have bad days too, just like I have good days. But the number one thing I can't do, that I see a ton of people doing, and I'm not just saying my realtors, just people in general, I would say about 99.9% of the people I know all have excuses and let it drive their day. So when people come up to me, is like, Chris, what's the secret to what you're doing? How are you growing things, so fast? What is going on? Where are you at? Or some people just don't talk to me anymore because they're plain out haters. They're that 1.1%. The difference is not having excuses. Living a day by day and keeping your attitude positive.
But everyone's got to use the tools that HomeWire has too, like me and Chris have been talking about. The tools are there, the resources are there. You have to be resourceful and take advantage of that. And that's what I think some people are not fully doing. We have the programs and the different tools. We got to use them.
Right. And those will have to do with expectations. The other thing too is helping you guys as CEOs of your business, of how HomeWire can help you out with those tools. Meaning, like explaining things better, explain things like buy 911 better, explain things like our sell 911 concept, where we buy houses for cash, explaining things like what could Chime do, and then we also have David Knox, who's our company trainer. I really haven't put that out there for you guys too much, but those are all things that you guys will be seeing. He wants to have a couple seminars with us, and actually webinars, and actually is offered office training to us, and we can have a couple topics of what we want to discuss, and I hope to have him once a quarter doing a webinar for us. And just talking to us about day-to-day business. I mean, David Knox is out of Minnesota, and he's like the older Tom Ferry, but just a very knowledgeable guy, and we're lucky to even have him on our team, and he is on our team. Or Patrick Precourt, which is my mentor, really coming on here talking to you guys. I have a lot of people that are going to be talking to, even one of my advisors, Joe Sauter out of Florida. I have people that are going to come on here that are going to talk to you that normal people would normally not be able to talk to. And I'm offering those resources to you guys. As I build myself up, I want to take you guys along with, if that's okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, definitely want to stress taking advantage of those types of trainings and those programs. A month's worth of coaching from Tom Ferry is $1,700 to $1,800 for an individual agent. So it's definitely important that, when David Knox and Patrick, I believe he said his name was, if they're going to do seminars and they're going to do trainings, it's really important that we as a group show up to those types of things, because that's extremely valuable. And the individual costs to all of our agents for that would be astronomical.
Exactly. Absolutely. And none of our competition will have those people to talk to. I know, because it just, these like brokers are not allowing those resources to their people. They want realtors not to be in the know. They want them to be blind and reliant on that company. And that's how I've designed HomeWire, is not for you guys to be reliant on a company. I just want to help you guys facilitate things. But I'm not going to be the one who's hand-holding. I'm just going to be the one that can give you all the tools and help, lead you guys into the right direction. Hey, Nicole, you got anything for us?
No, I think I'm understanding it. I mean, John's done some of these already,
Right.
as you know.
He has,
So,
yeah.
yeah, so we'll just get it move it forward.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. All right. Anybody else have anything else? Is that it?
I think that's it for me.
All right. Sounds, guys. If I'll be sending out this recording, and then if you guys have any questions, just feel free to reach out to me. And April 1st is the cutoff. That's just what we're requiring everyone to do. I just really want you guys to start thinking about your businesses as businesses. So I appreciate it, guys. What? Go ahead.
Do we have to submit anything to you and Missy after we get everything started?
Yes, you're going to submit. That's a great question, May. You're going to submit your EIN number to us. We're going to get you guys a W-9 form to fill out with your new EIN number that you guys will sign, and you will send us your LLC docs. So we will make sure that we help you along with that.
Okay.
Great question. All right, guys. That's all I got for now.
Thank you.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Thanks, Chris. Thank you.
Thanks. Talk to you in a little bit.
Oh, I don't want the video to show up. I'm working. Video.